Came back to fly fishing after one cast with my surf casting rod. The reel just broke. This is just a series. It's just a series of things breaking. Since the first day I got here, it just, something breaks, something breaks, something breaks. I don't think it's totally me. Yeah, I'm hard on my stuff, but come on. Come on. Build something that lasts. My God. And if I have to go spend $3,000 on something that lasts, that's a joke. I mean, for fair money, you should be able to get a product that actually can go 60 days, maybe 60 whole days. Everything I've brought with me is failing one after another. So frustrating. Okay, diving straight in with a sweet Fast Jimmy creation. Dove deep into the fly box. This is the one I came up with that I wanted to use. So, oh, it's gonna be a chilly night, people. I'm gonna go try a third beach. The wind direction here, and I don't know. Feeling a little jinxed already tonight, man. The reel kind of sent me spinning in the wrong direction. Okay, hoping this beach is the beach. Haven't fished here in a long time, but I wanted to. This seems like the right setup for it. Oh, there we go. There we go. What do we got? We got a tiny little snook. Look at the little guy. Little fat snook. Hit it a bunch of times. Come here, buddy. Oh, that's cool. That wasn't cool. Got blasted when I was letting him go. Because the ride home's not going to be cold enough already. Woo! But hey, I caught a snook on the fly. The smallest one of the season, I think. But I'll take it. Morning everybody, it's John Huber. It is early, 5:15 or so. Super high tide today. Couldn't really get to where I wanted to go, but I'm in a good spot to try and get a big snook. So I probably have an hour and a half window. It was hard to get up this morning for such a short window, but I got it. That's what I'm here for, so I got to give it a try. I'm just waiting for it to get a hair bit lighter, and then I'll start hucking flies in the waves and see what happens. So stick with me. Hi everyone, it's John Huber with UJ.Adventures. It was a very short morning of fishing, and I decided I finished up at like 8:30. Let's head back out to the desert and try to find some more arrowheads. I just enjoyed that so much last time, and just those little flakes I found were so cool, and those spear points. I wanted to come check out a different area on the other side of the freshwater where we had searched a few days ago. So let's go looking. Oh wow. So I don't think this is super old, but this is awesome because Coyote is in here. If you're not familiar, these are all little mollusks. But this big one, this is called Coyote. I've eaten a lot of these. I was camped 3 years ago in an area near the mangroves who had big mud flats, and these guys you'd find on those mud flats. So they just grow up, they're just so crumbly. They just grow up like big spears, big fans. And you kind of get the idea, but only say maybe this top edge right here. So maybe only this sticks up out of the water, and all the rest is beneath. And down at the base, there's a disc about this big and about that thick. That is honestly, it's one of the best foods I've ever eaten. Incredible. You take it out of there, you cut it up, you throw some lime on it, maybe a little huichol, and you eat it. And it is delicious. You really don't want to put anything else on it or mix it, because you're just hiding this incredible flavor you don't want to hide. So Coyote, that's cool. That means at some point that clam used to grow here. I don't think they're here anymore because I've asked the locals about it because I love them so much, and everybody's like, no dude, there's no Coyote here. Which Coyo is clam essentially, and acha is axe, because that big shape is like the head of an axe. So that's cool to see, even if it's not, I mean, it's old, obviously, it's super old. But I don't know if it's Indian old. Maybe it is. Maybe you can attribute that to Native Americans. I'm not sure. But what a cool find. Oh, here's another big pile over here. So I know, like in Florida and other places, the Indians would take the clam and mollusk and oyster shells and whatnot and build giant bars out in the water and camp on them. And it'd get so giant after generations worth of this collecting. Wow, that's cool. These kind of look like they maybe were just dumped here from a truck or something. I can't imagine they were carried all the way up here and just stacked in this one spot. It looks like they were in the back of a truck and they just emptied it. or a wagon, who knows? I mean, pretty cool though. Let's see if this one will stay together. No, but the half will. There you go. So that kind of bristly part at the top would stick up, and then that disc would be down here. And then the nice thing is when you open them up, this is a plate. It's just clean as a whistle when you get them all cleaned up. And you just serve them right there on the shell. This is that little piece of chert I found, which maybe's got some markings on it that have been worked, but I don't think so. But then right next to it was this guy. And this, without question, has been knocked off on both edges. So I always find this stuff kind of grouped together, so I'm going to look around here a little bit more. Yeah, I keep finding a lot of these pieces. Kind of a soft, round top. But clearly worked and shaped into that shape. This is like the third or fourth one I found. It's only the second one I've shown you. The other ones just weren't as worked. But that clearly was the top of a point, an arrow, little spear, knife, something. You can see how light the edges are where they've been worked. Really cool. I know I keep saying really cool, but to me this is all just so super cool. I just love it. Wow. A picture of this one before I leave it. So I will admit I used to keep arrowheads quite a bit, but I started watching Andrew on Desert Drifter on YouTube. And Andrew goes and finds a lot of sites, and probably a lot of virgin sites. And he finds all kinds of arrowheads and stuff, and he leaves everything, and with good explanation. He doesn't just leave it just because. I mean, he really hopes that someday somebody's going to come back and want to know more about the area and study it, and that's what's happening here. Yeah, I can take 15 arrowheads home to Idaho with me, but one day when archaeologists from Mexico decides they want to know more about the people that lived here, it'd be nice if they were able to pick this stuff up and look at it themselves. So hoping that happens. Maybe not, but in any case, somebody else can come and appreciate it, which I like the idea of. So thank you, Andrew, for instilling that in me. I appreciate it, and stick to it moving forward. Okay, so I hope you all do the same. You all familiar with these tracks? I bet you are. I'll bet you are. I'll give you a hint. Mimi. Yes. That is the Roadrunner. Plenty of lizards to chase around out here. Hard to get one on camera. They don't like to be around people, and when they see you, they're booking it. So you just can't really get them on film. I had one roll right through my camp the other day. I couldn't get my camera out and get them. So, but they're cool, super cool birds, and they are fast. So when you're out in the desert and you see tracks that look like a pheasant, it's not a pheasant. Meep. Yep, it's a Roadrunner. And the coyotes out here too, the whole gang, the whole cartoon gang. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap this up for today. It's just super hot out here. I found a few pieces. I don't feel like I have my good arrowhead eyes on today, but whatever. We'll still go do some other stuff today, or maybe we'll just go back to camp and get ready. Tomorrow's gonna be a big morning. I'm telling you, tomorrow's gonna be a big morning. Tomorrow we are driving through the desert, jumping off the desert road, driving through the desert, stopping, and then hiking for half an hour over sand dunes onto a beachhead that you can only get to at high tide doing what I'm doing. I went and checked it all out today to make sure I can do it in the dark tomorrow. I think I can. And that'll put us on a really cool beach, and ideally one that's got some big snook, and I can work on getting a giant snook on the fly. Hopes and dreams, people. Hopes and dreams. So let's go change it up, get out of the sun. Okay, I was just driving out of the desert, and there was a wash with a bunch of rocks next to it, and it just looked interesting. So I think this is the closest I'm getting to a full-blown arrowhead out here. You can see where it's been worked on the bottom. I think it's a reject. I don't think it was ever going to make the cut, but it still has the point, it still has the notch. So pretty cool. I think that's got to be the closest I've gotten to finding out, or to finding a full arrowhead. But I think it's a reject. Pretty cool. Love it out here. Okay, hopefully you can see this. If you've been following along with me for my journey, you'll know that when I moved into the cabinita, it needed a new roof, and on top of the old roof was an osprey nest. And when I moved in, the two osprey, I guess, that used the nest would come to the fence posts all around the property here and just sit on it and chirp and chirp. It's like they've been waiting for me to leave for a month and a half. And then I went out today, ran out into the desert, fished, whatever. I've been gone a long time today. And I just came in, and here is this poor osprey just sitting on the rail of the old palapa, staring at the corner of the roof where the nest used to be. Now, I'm sure the moment I leave and head back for the United States, these osprey are going to start building this nest on top of this roof again. I'm just sure of it. They have been waiting and waiting, but I've never seen them come in this close and literally just perch there and stare at the spot where their nest used to be. I feel terrible about it, but at the same time, it's a cabinita that people use and want to use in the future and live in. and so it had to be done. It was time for a new roof so that the place could be used. And I'm not sure why a month and a half later these osprey haven't moved on, but that thing is just sitting up there just staring at that spot, just waiting. It's absolutely unbelievable. I wish I could explain to them that when I'm gone, the owners are going to be using this place. And there she's talking. There she goes. And she'll be back in a few minutes, I'm sure. It's wild. Okay, we are literally at the end of the road. I guess there's a faint little line over there on the horizon. It's going to get light, but we got to find the trail I marked yesterday, if I can find it, and get the hike, and we got a ways to go still. So let's get after it. Daydreaming about how improbable this is, and I got a strike. Come on. I'll get it done. Okay, so that was a cold, slow morning of fishing. I've had a lot of those this year, but it just is what it is. I just wanted to take a few minutes and just talk about adventure. Not about catching fish, but about adventure, about going to catch the fish or whatever you're doing. Going to climb the mountain, going to paint the picture, going to build what you're building. There's just a lot of ways to find adventure. I just want to push adventure on people. I want people to experience the wildness of the world, of places like this. There's so many wild places, and you can get out with other people or on your own and go experience them and have a huge adventure. And you get one good lap. I said this earlier, you get one good lap in this life, and go get it and go enjoy the things you enjoy. And honestly, if staying at home and having some kids and pets and a 9-to-5 is good and it drives you and it makes you happy, then good for you. You know, that's an adventure. That's just for your whole life. It's everything. Every aspect of your life is part of that adventure. But what I'm talking about, I guess, is walking out the front door, and getting yourself in situations and places where you're experiencing something new, you're experiencing the joy, you're experiencing highs and adrenaline, and you can't replace that, and that stuff sticks with you forever. So my journey here with trying to catch a big giant snook on the fly, I might not catch a big giant snook on the fly. Does it lessen my adventure? No, not at all. It just means I didn't catch a big snook on the fly. But it doesn't make my adventure less. You know, I'm still walking around out here in the dark. Is it scary? Yeah, driving through the desert at 4 a.m. is scary with no lights and no support. You know, stopping your vehicle in the middle of the bush and walking through the bush in the pitch black and trying to find your way to places that you have on your mind. It's scary. Adventure should be scary. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Adventure should be scary. Travel should be scary. If it's not, then you're not out of your comfort zone. And what are you gaining if you're not out of your comfort zone? So I won't drone on and on about this for too long, but I want to encourage you to please step out the front door. Take the first big step. Decide what it is that you want to do, where it is that you want to do it, and please go do it. Take a big chance. Ask the people that are in your life that support you and love you to support you and love you through your adventure. And if they do truly support and love you, then they will amplify that adventure. You'll be out here knowing that you're going to go home to this warmth and love, and you'll be here knowing that somebody's got your back and somebody cares about what you're doing. And that's it for me. I mean, having people that care about you and caring back and at a high level. It doesn't have to be a big group of people, just some people. And take the time to love on other people. And if you have a loved one that has an adventure in mind, support the hell out of it. Get behind that adventure. You can be a part of it or not be a part of it. And if you're not, then be the homebody that is that home base, that be that person that adventurer can come home to. They can experience love and joy and sharing what they did. So be that person for them, and go both ways. Do what you need to do to get out the front door. So love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. I think what I'm going to do is head back now and maybe just go look around in the desert, go creep around, see what there is to see. I've got all day. The next few days, I got to find something to do because I don't think the tides are going to get any better. So maybe it's marlin fishing. Maybe I need to get out in the blue water, see what's out there. I'm not sure yet. I'll talk to a couple friends and see what they think and what they're up to and go from there. So have a great day, y'all. Get out the front door, okay? Peace.